And we're back. This is part 2 of today's stream. We were on a mission. It was Slabby and I. Now it's just me. So for those of you that were watching that last stream, we had to end that a little abruptly. As you can see, we were on a mission, and within 5 minutes of the mission, we were in the middle of a crisis. And that crisis we were in involved one of the little gals that I was on a mission to go find anyway. I found her rather quickly. So now that you're watching part 2, let me explain to you what happened. For those of you that don't know or are just joining this stream, this is the second stream I'm doing in the last hour. So we ran into Lindsay. Lindsay is the little gal, which there she is again, and I'm just going to have one more word with her. You okay, honey?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, but listen,
Hold on.
it's probably going to be closer to 4.
4, okay.
Okay?
I'm talking to my son right now. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
And you're safe and everything's
Yes, everything's good. Yes.
You only 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Bye, honey.
Drive safe.
I will. So that's Lindsay. So Lindsay had her home taken from her by Officer Moore, Officer Sanchez, with a one Sergeant O'Neill overseeing the process, right? And for those of you that watched that stream, it was, it's going on a couple weeks ago or so, maybe longer. They essentially said, oh, well, you can't have your home and off with you. Well, thank goodness there was an advocate here, and thank goodness they were on camera, because sometimes we can get a little reprieve for them when things like that go bad. I'm just watching this situation, so I understand how to best help Lindsay here at 4 o'clock when we meet again. So Denver says you can't exist, you can't be here. Denver doesn't have anywhere for these people to go except for jail. So that, of course, is the ultimate goal. They don't want to set them up for success. They want to see them fail. So everybody's need for government continues to be that insatiable appetite for more government intervention. We know how this works. So Lindsay has been in points of crisis, trying to recover everything. The guy she was with ended up going off to live in his car because he works. They took his RV while he was at work. So they're not getting along. So another guy enters the equation who I'm not going to have any association with because this guy threatened violence against me. I can't help people like that. People that want to get violent with me, I can't help you, and I won't help you. So I'm not your enemy, and if that's what you choose to do with me, you've lost all that connectivity. So that's fact, and that's how I will always advocate. And if anybody else wants to advocate in being tolerant of violence, it just makes it harder for the perpetuation of violence and really should have a hard look at that issue. So we'll see what happens with Lindsay here at 4 o'clock when I go to meet with her again. But in the process, I'm off to check on a few other people. And then I was potentially going to make a stop in Inglewood. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time. But the reason for having to do this continuous live stream is the unpredictability of the cops, especially the Denver Police Department, and the things they're doing. They're running rogue right now. So there are a lot of problems. And if it's going to happen, it needs to happen on live stream. And we talked a lot about what else was going on in that previous live stream, about the intentional desire for the Denver Police Department to partner with other groups that are interested in violence and use of force on the homeless. I'm not interested in that. If somebody's not being violent, like Lindsay, and you're going to steal their home, take their property, government's going to steal their property and tell them they've got nowhere to go, you probably should think about what that's costing you in the long term as a taxpayer and stop voting for tax increases. But that's just me. So the issue over in Inglewood, I didn't get to talk about, and I want to talk about that right now. When I was on a mission a week ago today, you saw me go over to Inglewood and try to access the all health services. Now, here's an education piece. Inglewood is in Arapahoe County. We're in Denver County, and Inglewood historically has criminalized the homeless into Denver to force Denver to absorb all of that homeless community. Now, if we're talking about proper use of resources and what taxpayers think they're paying for and this and that, let's look at it from a status point of view, shall we? So Inglewood, Arapahoe County, they want their taxes to go to X amount of services for the homeless, blah, blah, blah. But if they don't have to do that, and they can just brush them all off into Denver, which I've, tried to talk about that with city council before in Denver, no response, no recognition. That's what Inglewood's going to continue to do. The problem is a lot of these folks, which, by the way, the second I ended that stream, I went around the corner. You're all going to love this for those of you that follow the stories. Lo and behold, there's Cowboy on his bike looking for me. He was headed to a place where I'm known to be, and he wanted to pay me back some money for helping him set up his phone one day. So we had a brief chat, but Cowboy is a prime example. Cowboy's an Inglewood native, and he's been shuffled into Denver. And Denver has now, because of my advocacy, had to take on that financial expense from a taxpayer standpoint to utilize services. Now, mind you, most of it's through the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, which is a statewide effort that gets a lot of funding. However, the coalition can't even handle the population in Denver, and the coalition is located in Denver. So you've heard Sean Lewis tell me that Tri-City homelessness is really getting serious about addressing homelessness and this and that, and Inglewood contracted with All Health to utilize these services and blah, 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 blah. Well, I've never delved into those services in Arapahoe County, and that's going to change, because we've got some more Inglewood native friends, Shelly and Gino. You heard me talk about them. They're going back and forth from being criminalized in Inglewood, or threatened to be criminalized by the cops in Inglewood. So they go to Denver. They kind of make their way through Sheridan because they've got nowhere to go. Okay. So I went into the Inglewood Police Department where the All Health van was parked. For those of you that watched that stream a week ago today, you've seen me go there numerous times when the All Health van is just parked there. So this time I wanted to utilize the services that All Health offers Inglewood residents, because that's their job. They're getting paid to do that. Inglewood is contracting with them. I've got a caseload as a single nonprofit with one newly announced case management person, which, by the way, it's Aurora Transparency. Thank you, ma'am, for being a part of Helping Hands for Dignity Coalition and going out on a limb to understand how you can help support the efforts to get these people into a better situation, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take more people stepping up. However, in the interim, all these people are collecting all this government money, and apparently they just really don't have to do a lot. Now, I mean, go figure. Government not doing a lot, collecting a paycheck. Oh, well, not my job. I did everything I could. I'm going to go home and have a picnic for Memorial Day weekend and celebrate all of the military that went and died to protect me and make me free in a country where I participate in stealing people's property off of the street for hurting no one. So back to going into the Inglewood Police Department, we talked to All Health, and her name was Allie. She was at the window. Now, if you'll recall, Allie said that she would meet with Shelly. She couldn't promise when. I'd asked for it to be that day. It was an emergency situation. They're about to lose their home in Denver because the cops are just going to come pluck their home off the street. Allie said that she would make contact, go out there to Centennial Park. Yeah, she never did. She sent Shelly an email. So you cannot properly support anybody if you've never even bothered to take the time to meet them, let alone get to understand their situation, right? Meet them where they're at. And she's got she's a clinical social worker from what I can read on her card. Interesting. Wow. So apparently she doesn't possess the same skill set that I do that tells a working professional, well, I'm going to have to go out and meet this person and figure out what this person's even capable of. Well, she sent Shelly an email. Shelly, I don't think quite understands how to forward an email by no fault of her own. So we've got a barrier. She was given an email, and according to Shelly, she was told, yeah, here you go. Here's a list of resources. Good luck. That must be the extent of the all health contract that Inglewood has. So we need to figure out exactly what the all health contract with Inglewood, how it reads. So we'll be diving into that at another time because I'm likely not going to have time to do that today. So Aurora Transparency is now my designated case manager for that case. So we're working together, Aurora Transparency and I are, to unravel Arapahoe County and the Tri-City homelessness effort to connect people with housing, because according to Shane Lewis, the city manager over there in Inglewood, they're doing a great job. I mean, they've got people connected with housing. They've housed them. They're doing a great job with their police department, as their police department is out there criminalizing the shit out of people and doing the same things like taking their homes. We've seen that on camera as well. So, hey, Woody, how you doing? Yeah, relentless audits. Everybody wants to call me an auditor. Okay, well, I'm an auditor because every bit of homelessness activity takes me back to government. And we get to see it all unravel and unfold as a major clusterfuck with very little positive end results. Matster, resources, sodomy, robotomy, and lobotomy. I like that. Yeah, Rain Nation, an email list for Shelly to do Allie's job. So I sent Allie an email and said, look, I need to see that email that you sent because I haven't had access to it because you didn't bother to take the time to go out there to meet Shelly, which I would have expected would have been part of your skill set, but apparently it's not. So also, can you connect me with your supervisor so I understand exactly what the role All Health plays in homelessness in Inglewood, Colorado? All Health, ALLHEALTH. And if you'll recall from that live stream last Tuesday, we left there. We were having a chat in the car. We left the Inglewood Police Department with the All Health van parked next to me. Remember, Allie said she wasn't going to have time today. She gets off at 3 o'clock. Or 3:15. They were in meetings. It's so interesting. Every time I go there, that damn van is there at the police department. They were in meetings. She would do the best she could to get out there. No promises when. She said she would call Shelly when we left. She never did. We're chatting in the car. Pretty soon, the All Health van pulls out and just literally is hauling ass down Hampton, going east. So I followed it for a little while until it was doing about 70 miles an hour in a 35, and I decided that's not worth trying to figure out where the All Health van is going at this point. So we went over to District 3, where Regan once again hurt Sergeant O'Neill's feelings because she had a camera in her hand and he had her arrested. What a hell of a mission, right? So here we go. We're just had this interaction over here with the Star team, with Denver, with Lindsay. We got team after team after team after team. The Star team is actually the only team that shows hope being funded by government. And because of that, they get screwed with all the time over their funding. So they don't get armed with the proper resources because they actually want to solve problems. So Denver makes sure that the Star team struggles while all the other enforcement teams are backed with millions of dollars, like the early intervention team, like the early response team, like the SET team, the SET team that gets to come out here and act like cops, but they're not really cops. They're the people that are getting $1 million a year just in salaries alone, right? Okay, it's the same shit, different day. Government is failing wildly. But I've got my other phone because hopefully this gal that we met from the Star team, who is going to get in touch with the host team, the housing and sustainability, blah, 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 of Denver, that wants to really help people get connected with housing, even though they told Lindsay, no, you're shit out of luck. We're not going to help you. It never ends. So we're going to reconvene at 4:00 with Lindsay to see if we're going to go put her in a motel. I'm not making any promises. I don't know. I don't know what's going to go down, because the last time I put some people in a motel, the mayor's office knew about it. They told me to kick rocks, and 2 of those 3 people ended up dying. So I don't know where we're going to be with that effort, but we'll see here at 4:00. But we have to go make a couple more stops to check up on the nefarious activity that I was talking about earlier. So I'm not going to be watching the chat. I think I've got my mods in here, don't I? Do I have mods? I guess I should have double checked that. Yes, there's Irish Rover. So Denver's on a mission to steal some more homes. It's happening every day out here. We just can't keep up with it. The Denver Police Department is rogue. Like I said earlier in the last live stream, because of this lapse of time in administrations from the Hancock administration to the new administration, there's no accountability. The cops are going to come out here and raise as much hell and do anything they can to make people suffer. So best we can do is catch it on camera, because if you try to stop it, they're going to shoot and kill you, because that's what cops do. I had to take Slabby home. Slabby can't be in the car for this long. It's not fair to Slabberina. We'd already been running around getting some things done. She loves to go out and socialize. For those of you that are new and you don't know Slabby's history, Slabby, my little Chi-Chi dog, she came to live with us back in October after her owner died on the streets. His name was Peter. Peter Shaw. That's why we call Slabby Miss Slabberina Shaw Benson. Slabby's got a lot of nicknames. So a lot of friends out here know Slabby on the streets, including Shelly. We got to go see Shelly on Saturday so we could make an introduction to Aurora Transparency, since they'll be working together to try to secure something a little bit better for Shelly. Shelly is very sick, and she really should not be out here on the streets. So Shelly and Slabberina had a little reunion because Shelly used to watch Slabby out on the streets, but Peter's health was not good. Peter would tell you he wasn't homeless, but he lived in his van. He likely could have sought housing because of his age and his ailments. He chose not to. He chose to legally live in his van. Well, legally. You know, we never can please government. We can't please these cops. They want us to have license plates. They want us to have papers. They want us to have all this stuff that make us legal. Peter had all that, and Peter still got harassed. And Peter was interesting. Peter and I had an interesting relationship in that he thought it was awesome when the police would come out here and give the undesirables a dose of what they deserved. Peter had an interesting definition to what social order was. So he and I used to go rounds on that. And then one day, Peter got told by a cop, Sergeant Costigan. Sergeant Costigan was working off duty at the Circle K. And Peter went there one day to buy his lunch. And he went in, bought his lunch. Little Slabberina's waiting in the van for him. He comes out to eat his lunch, and Peter used a cane. It was obvious Peter had a lot of physical ailments. Some days Peter couldn't walk. And trust me, I tried, and I tried, and I tried. I told him that he should spend his days a little more comfortable and to let me help him get into a better situation. You don't want that help. Okay, that's fine. He wasn't hurting anyone. What do I care? All I could do was my best to support him, and that he wasn't harassed, and that he had help if he needed it. That's what we're supposed to do as a civilized society. But you got people like that idiot Craig Arfston, who we were talking about earlier, who's already wrote them all off as worthless drug addicts that need to get off the streets. There goes a Denver cop, just freaking whipped through traffic, cut across 4 lanes to get next to me over here. So this one day that Peter went in to get his lunch, and Sergeant Costigan was working off duty in uniform there at the Circle K. Peter went in, got his lunch, came out, sat down in his van, and started eating his lunch. Well, Sergeant Costigan thought it was his job to come out of the store, go approach him in his vehicle, as another friend of Peter's had just stopped and was talking to him in the passenger window on his bicycle, sitting on his bike, talking to Peter. Sergeant Costigan came up to his window. "You need to leave." Well, Peter didn't like that. So Peter pushed on that a little bit. "Why do I need to leave?" Costigan told him, "Because I'm not going to allow you to set up a homeless camp in the parking lot." Peter didn't like that level of harassment one single bit. So he called me and told me about it. Holy shit. Fucking people. That's what I'm talking about. Almost fucking sideswiped me trying to cut me off. Well, that calls for me to go about 25 miles an hour now. But I'm just going to be the looky-loo on Denver streets. It goes about 25 miles an hour. And fuck y'all, you can all go around. La-di-da-di-da. So Peter called me to tell me about this. I said, Peter, what about this level of harassment when it's decided that you don't want some people around? I mean, you're fine with that when it happens to some people you don't like. Oh, fuck you, Regan. And he'd hang up on me, right? Then he'd come back around, or we'd come back around. I'd go out to check on him and Slabby, which, by the way, I made sure that Slabby had everything she needed as well, because Peter had a difficult time getting anywhere. I made sure Slabby got fixed, went to the vet, those kinds of things. So there was always a reason for Peter and I to go full circle and reconvene on issues. So we reconvened on this issue with Sergeant Costigan. And Peter decided that he wanted to file a complaint. I said, I think that's a great idea, Peter. You should do that. You should hold him accountable. So he asked if I would file the complaint on his behalf, which you can do. So I did. And in Denver's complaint process, if you allow the cops to go to mediation with you, they're absolved of any. People don't know this about filing complaints on the Denver Police Department. So they, of course, encourage me. Although the city hires this mediator. And part of the rules are that you can't talk about it. You can't talk about the mediation. Yeah, that's why I don't go to mediation. That's why nobody really should go to mediation. I'm not in charge of what you want to decide to do for yourself. I'm here to help you, Peter. But Peter wanted to go to mediation. I told Peter, if you go to mediation, these are the rules that they don't tell you about. And then in real small print, the mediation company makes you sign a waiver that you won't talk about the mediation. Oh, it's okay, Regan. I just want to tell him that I just really didn't appreciate that. Right? Because now he's back full circle to, want to be friends with the cops. So they went to mediation. And I never really got the full story of how mediation went. Because, the very day after Peter went to this phone mediation, he had a stroke. Peter had had a series of strokes out on the street. This particular time, he was in a motel. It was in the winter. He had gotten a voucher to be indoors. But he called me and said that he thought he was having a stroke. So I immediately called 911 to get him some help. And I think later we reconvened on how mediation went. It seemed to be uneventful. Or Peter didn't have a lot to say about it. But yeah, that was Sergeant Costigan treating Peter like shit, and Peter didn't like it. So we're driving in an area right now where there's some unhoused. There's a lot of stuff going down over here. Shannon's over here. Hey, Shannon. It's Reagan. Hey, lady, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm live streaming, just so you know.
You what?
I'm live streaming,
Okay.
just so you know. I just came over here because I wanted to check on some things that I'm hearing with the cops being super aggressive over here.
I've not seen them.
They haven't been on this street.
Not that I've seen, no, but who knows? With all these people, I'm sure it's only a matter of time. TikTok.
Yeah,
All
are
these
you?
people have moved in.
Is everything okay over here?
It's all right. I don't know. These
Yeah.
guys are out here putting cameras in this building, making jokes about how they need to get a Molotov cocktail for me. So,
What?
yeah.
What guys?
I don't know. I think they work in the building behind me. It doesn't matter. They're not going to do it.
Did they say this shit in front of you?
No, they were talking outside. They were joking about what we need is a Molotov cocktail. Whatever.
To throw at your camp?
I don't know. I'm guessing that's what they meant. You know, that's what I took it as, but who knows?
Mhm.
Kind of freaked me out a little, but that's okay. It's okay. I can do worse than that. They want to go there.
Yeah, you be
No.
careful.
I will be. I will be.
Um,
I'm probably going to move soon, I'm sure.
Okay.
Everybody moving in. Do you have any orange bags with you by chance?
do.
Oh, yay.
Let's get Shannon some bags.
Just thinking I need it. I thought people were throwing stuff in my camper because I'm hearing this bang on metal. But it's this thing. If you step on it wrong, yeah, if you step on it, it makes a big bang. So it turns out that's what it does. It's silly. Yeah. I will. I'm great for them. It's like I cleaned it down there and it was right down there. Really? Okay. Here close is the next one down. There's one block and that's Navajo is usually the next block over, which is at this point the tracks. Now, unless you're going under, there's ways to get under the bridge up there and find those places. Oh, you know what? No, Ethan, can we take you? I'll point you in the direction over here. I'm gonna get there. Yeah, I got nothing else to do. Let me make sure shit.
Shannon's gonna take a ride with me for a minute and point out some things for me.
Yeah, I didn't make it to work today and
Yeah.
didn't make a shower at Woody's. Damn it.
Oh.
I was too late. Everything.
All right, let's go.
Hey. Thank you for coming by. I'd love to go along and help, whatever I can do.
Yeah. Well, we're just
Yeah, if you want to go over, I'll show you how you get over there.
okay.
8th and Mariposa. Oh, I know where it is. It's under the underpass. Yep.
Try not to say location.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You know, because the cops are watching me.
Sorry.
I just want to
I'm
understand
shutting up.
what they're going to be doing this week. Where'd everybody go?
I don't know
here?
about everybody here. I don't know where everybody went. Not sure. I mean,
When did all that take place?
oh, this?
Yeah.
Well, that was when I had to move too. It was the same thing. They didn't really sweep anybody, but he just got out of there that week. At some point, they had somebody clean up all that trash. Go forward through here. And gonna
This
do
is the
something.
cops sitting right here.
Is it? Yeah.
In a
Yeah.
unmarked.
If you go forward through here and turn immediately, that's where it is.
Okay. Wait, right there?
Yeah, right back in there. You see there's a camper right over there.
Yeah.
Or you can go past it. We can come back down the block, whichever. You don't want to turn in front of him. I don't know whose camper that is, but ooh, okay,
We're good.
You got it. Yeah, right in here, as close as I can come up to Nathan Navajo. Yeah, there's the fence.
Huh.
Yeah, they fenced this off before and ran everybody out of here.
Do we know whose this is?
I have no idea. There were 2 camps over there too.
That were right there?
We're right over there. One on the underpass and one that was parked right where that blank spot is under the
So
billboards.
Can you think we need to go around?
We can. Yeah, we have to go back out and go down this street without saying anything. But yeah, if you go down this street, you can turn around and go in a couple blocks down. Or one. Okay.
I'm gonna turn around so I'm
Turn around here. Okay.
facing forward. Well, I wonder what this cop's doing right here.
Who
in the
knows?
sunlight.
That's a weird club. Sometimes there's girls out there washing cars. I don't know if that's like a private strip club or what the thing is. It's kind of odd.
Members only. Huh?
Yeah, it's an odd little thing.
Interesting. I wonder what.
Watch out for this person.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see him.
Yeah, if you go this way behind us. So who knows if that's a cop or that could just be somebody sitting
Oh,
there.
it's a cop. He's
Is
in
it?
uniform.
Oh, okay, I didn't see him.
Yeah, I saw him.
I don't know who this even is. Or is that Lee? No. Who that is. Doesn't matter. Oh, those are the ugliest things.
Smart car.
I
Did you
hate
see
it.
that article the other day? A smart car had a head-on with a Subaru.
Oh, how'd that go for him? Not so well.
Killed that person.
I'm sure it
instantly.
did. I'm sure that's death trap. Yeah, about just where this
Right
dip
there?
is, you can turn there and it turns. Yeah, where he came from. He saw him. Good car.
Also, I wanted to let you know, I want to be very, very cautious and careful. So it turns out that that guy that was with Sergeant O'Neill. Did you see I went to jail?
I heard you did, but I didn't see it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but where's the fence? It's usually down here at the end this way. Yeah, there it is.
So they fenced these
They've got
people
it fenced
in.
all the way around. And the other side of the overpass, I guarantee it's fenced over there too.
Is this not a public street?
Well, you can see it's open. You know.
It is open.
I know I ride this way a lot to get to the light rail, so when I come through here, that's when I knew the fence was here. Now, getting out of here may be tricky, but if you go around, that's, I think, why
We
it's
are
open.
on a public street.
Yeah. Question is, do they have it open up here? Last time they had it open up here, too. But yeah, there were camps right here,
Interesting.
and it is locked
And
all
the
the way off.
fenced it. They've got
Oh, but
this
the alley.
whole public
Let me see if
street
the alley.
fenced
You get
off.
down the alley, I think.
No, I can't.
Oh, is the alley blocked, too? I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. Guess we'll have to turn around.
This is interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is what I was.
They've done it before. They've gotten these people a few times up here.
I've never been down in here before. I
Yeah.
don't really know.
I just knew from riding the bike through here, going down, the light rail from here.
Interesting. So the public cannot access.
Oh, there's the cop.
No, that's a different
Oh,
car.
it's a different car? Okay.
So anyway, what I was saying,
Oh,
Sergeant.
there's one of them that was down there, I think. Those guys were down there.
Oh, I wonder if they'll talk to me.
Maybe.
I just
Find out.
want to ask if. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Hey, were you under there? Did you guys move from under there?
Were you guys stuck on the other side of the fence when it went up? She's an advocate for the homeless here. She's trying to get stuff noticed when they're messing with us.
So were the cops out here today?
I'm not sure. This is my first time I've been here all day.
Oh, okay.
Was
Yeah.
your stuff there though?
Yeah.
Did you get a notice to move? You got no notice to move.
No.
They just fenced you in like that? Wonder if that guy will talk to me. What's his name?
I don't know him.
You don't
the
know?
guy in there? Oh, okay.
So you moved out of there because of the fencing, or you just
Well, when they were coming.
They said it's like a lockout property over there.
That's a public street.
They don't like us to be there because they say it's loitering.
Loitering. Did you talk to a cop? No. Did the businesses tell you this?
They didn't tell us nothing.
There's no businesses down there.
This is me, just so you know.
Okay.
So this was a sweep without giving you notice?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They came and scraped the concrete in some places
When?
today.
With what?
Over there, with machines, big ass fucking heavy machinery.
Did a truck show up that had EHS on the side of it?
I'm not sure. I didn't see
You
it.
weren't here.
This is on Broadway. They said they're scraping the concrete because they don't want us there anymore.
So they're telling you that they're gonna do construction, or So they swept you here without proper notice is essentially what's going on. And that's what I'm trying to document. Well, those...
She's a go-getter. She'll go get them.
Do you have anything to eat?
You know what? Right now, all I've got are fruit roll-ups.
That's it.
That's it. Sorry.
This is plenty more than that.
Take them all. And if you can get to Walmart, here's a $15 gift card to Walmart.
Can you give me one for my girl?
No, just I can only give you one at a time. I
That's
can't
it.
just be handing
I'm
these out
thankful
like
for
candy.
this. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
you're welcome. You're
That
welcome.
means a lot.
Yeah, we care. There's
My
not
name's-
enough of
my
us
name's
advocates, and we're trying to understand why they're being so aggressive with you guys. They're not following the law.
She puts everything out there on YouTube and stuff so people out there can see what's going on, what they're doing to us. It's a good thing.
If you want to go to my YouTube channel, it's just my name. So if you get access at the library or your phone, you can look at my channel and see what it's all about.
Okay.
But what I'm concerned is that the city just swept you
With no
illegally,
notice.
and
Yeah.
we're documenting this stuff to show that
What's
they're
going on?
that they're being super aggressive with
Hey, you
guys.
can help us with phones too?
I cannot help you with free phones,
Okay.
but they always have the tents set up at 14th and Federal,
Yeah, I know. I seen them.
so you can go down there any day.
You're wearing my favorite color.
Pink,
That's me.
hot pink.
All right, it's good to see you.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
good
you
to
guys take care, okay?
Take care,
Yes,
guys.
ma'am.
See you later.
All right.
I'm
Yep.
just over the other side.
Yeah, so that's what we figured was going
Yeah.
on. They
It was so small. By the time you got news of it, it was probably done. Because it was really only
But
a few
there-
tents, 2-3 tents over there, I think.
but there wasn't. There were several more, weren't there?
Not this time that I'm aware of. When I went through last
When
night,
did you
there were
ride your
two.
bike through?
Last night, yesterday, I came through a couple times. There were maybe 1 or 2 under the underpass, and then the other one, which was, I believe, these guys. These guys were under those 2 billboards. So,
Yeah. All right. So this needs to go on our list of unannounced sweep. This is the problem. The city's they're going out and doing this every day,
These
all day
sweeps
long,
everywhere,
and
yeah.
we can't document it fast enough. We can't catch it on camera
Wow.
fast enough. So back to my point about O'Neill and this guy that went out with him. Did you watch that video where I was filming O'Neill?
I didn't. When was
Okay.
it from? Yesterday?
Monday.
Monday. I'll
So,
check that out.
I caught O'Neill going out with this Craig Arston guy. Craig is the founder of a nonprofit. Oh, I don't know if they're a nonprofit. Now that cop's moved over there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He moved over there. So I was
I'll
talking
bet
about.
he was here for this sweep. I'll
Yeah.
bet you money. And he backed up onto private
When he saw
property
you over
because he
there.
saw me.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's that gap. But that's-
Where's this guy gonna go? Is he gonna go in
I
that
think
business?
he's part of the club. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe he's walking by. Yeah, looks like he's walking by. Nope,
he's
he's
going
in the
there.
club.
What do you think goes on in there?
I think it's a strip club, honestly, or whatever kind of club. There's girls. I've seen the girls in bikinis out there washing cars one time.
So it's an improperly licensed,
Who knows? Who
licensed
knows?
facility.
It could be something else. They just had strippers there. Who knows?
Yeah. So this cop.
You gonna go talk to him?
No, I'm not really making a huge effort to.
Okay.
But I am gonna document it because it seems to me like this would be an unmarked that was involved in sweeping them earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if this. But it always helps to have documentation, so when we have to go back and look at these videos. So if I get arrested, you know the routine.
Okay, I don't, but I'll. I don't know what to do. I won't, but I'll figure something out. I'll call Bo or.
Yep.
What's
That's the
the-
routine,
okay.
Shannon.
I'll call your number and hopefully get hold of Bo somehow. I don't know. Go over there. and
Yeah, my phone is right there. My other phone is right there. Oh, look at him split. 908-DQZ. What's he doing? Is he helping you? He's helping you? So that cop, this guy says that he's helping him. So there's something set up on that property right there. Is that your business? You got homeless over there?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're having the cops come for? You don't give them permission to be there? Have you asked them to leave? They won't leave? So how come that cop isn't making them leave? You don't know? Do you do the property management here? Yeah. Is that vacant? Is that place vacant? What is this business? Yeah. You don't know? You just work for the owner of the property? Yeah, see, so what's happening is Denver is finding these camps, and they're finding business owners. So they're telling them, you have to clean up your property or we're going to fine you. So I don't know why that cop was sitting here. He was sitting right here. Did he ever get out of his car? You don't know? But he's helping you?
When I ask you, she's like,
Oh, he wouldn't talk to you. Oh.
put the window down and you say hi or something.
And he wouldn't even roll the window down. Oh, so he wasn't helping you at all. Did you call the cops for help?
My
Your manager? Yeah, called? Okay. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So
what are you doing?
I'm just documenting the homeless situation, trying to understand what's going on over here. That's all. That's all. And I like to record the cops. So when I see the cops, I record them. And I think that's why he left. Yeah, because I was recording him. Have a good day. All right, so that explains that. Now we know what's going on there. All right, Shannon, we unraveled that one.
Was that a cop?
Oh, it was a cop.
That little pig was afraid of the big bad wolf. That's what happened.
He
came
saw
over
it.
there and he took off.
Yep.
He's afraid of the big bad wolf. That's you. Evidently. Who knew?
Somebody set up over there on that property. Somebody's got a tent over there
Where? Which one?
on that
At the
property.
club? Oh, so they're looking for them too, huh?
Well, I suspect that, see, the city's got this big thing going on right now where they're fighting with these private property owners
To want to let people
clean
say
up, yep, clean up their property, and we're gonna get code enforcement on you. But why that cop was here, I don't know. This guy, he doesn't speak very good English, but he has the keys to that building.
Yeah, so he's the owner or whatever.
Well, I think he does maintenance or property
Yeah.
management for the owner of the building.
Okay.
And so I asked him if the cop was helping him, and he said, yeah. And then he later said, no, he wouldn't even talk to me or roll down his window.
Oh, shit.
So I guarantee you that cop was here earlier
Yeah,
for this sweep.
yeah. And then he spotted the tent and is just fucking with this
Yep.
guy now.
Yep.
Wow.
So see the things you learn? Thanks for coming with me, my
Yes, thank
friend.
you for bringing me. It's something to do. Got out of the camper for a little while. Didn't have to listen to idiots next door bitching about the homeless. Dude, your business is catty from Father Woody's. What the fuck do you expect, you know? At least I'm not a tent on the sidewalk throwing my trash all over the place.
They tell you can't be here, then where can you be?
Well, I don't see any signs. I'm gonna move right the fuck back down here eventually,
and
I
you're
think.
legal.
Yeah.
What do they want from us? What the fuck do they want? So just be careful, because this increase of violence.
This area right here is
Okay,
hard.
I got to stop and tell you what I was talking about,
Okay.
because this all ties together. Back to O'Neill coming out with this guy named Craig Arston, who is the founder of Clean and Safe Denver.
Yeah.
This guy went out with an armed cop to go out and allow O'Neill to put the homeless on parade. Because their mission, really, bottom line, is to institute mandatory holds. Okay? This is a fucking dirty ass organization. We've been watching them for quite a while. It's all blowing
What's this
up.
guy's name? Craig what?
Craig Arfston. And
Okay.
you'll see him in my video.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Anybody that's coming out here with the cops in plain clothes, I tell you guys anyway,
Yeah.
don't talk to the fucking cops.
Yeah.
But on this particular day, Craig was out here with O'Neill, who ultimately ended up arresting me the next day
Oh,
after he got fucking caught on camera, right?
yeah.
So this organization wants to put pressure on the city of Denver to get rid of you guys any way possible. Camping ban, mandatory holds, jail, whatever. Okay? And they're going to be pissed after this election cycle.
Yeah.
Okay? And they've already got a whole page dedicated to us advocates calling us pro-tent extremists.
Wow.
And that we advocate to keep you on the street, to keep you in drugs, to keep you in tents.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this group is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Denver Police Department is allowing the cops
to run around with
yes.
Yeah, that tells me they're on board for that.
But listen, this is that increased violence. I just got done talking to Lindsay,
Yeah.
and she said some people came through the other night or last night and were firing guns.
Wow.
Right?
Where's she at?
Just on the other side
Okay.
of Evans.
Okay,
just
just
kind of
checking.
right there in that
Yeah.
area, Evans and Broadway.
So they were shooting at him again?
Yep.
It's happened. Nicole got shot at a while back.
Yep. We saw video of that. So you be careful
Okay.
because this increased violence shit, it's being orchestrated by these organizations that want Denver to use any amount of force necessary. Okay. They are championing this, coming and just ripping your homes off the street. They've got a whole group of people, and they first showed up, if you remember the issues in the cul-de-sac off of Galapago.
Yeah.
This was
yeah. With the
2.5
DOC land,
years
right?
ago. Yeah, this
Or
was
DOT land.
this was after the river sweep.
Yeah, I remember that. I was up there
People
around the
started
corner.
showing up to certain things, and that's where we first heard their name. They said they were part of an organization, and they named them, and said that they were there to offer the help and see Denver has all these resources and blah blah blah, and we mostly just ignored them.
Yeah.
But they've been building.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And so now they've got this guy, this Craig Arfston guy. They went out and confronted Amy. O'Neill and him went out and frickin' confronted her. Yes.
About what? She's doing good things for people.
Oh, no, she's not. All I've heard and seen is what percentage of these people are just drug addicts and really drilling Amy, right? Really trying to get her in a bad situation. And
Yeah.
the fact that two men
Yeah, that's intense.
walked clear across the railroad tracks to go fucking confront her.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, and after this mayoral runoff on June 6th,
Yeah.
things are going to get really, I hope they're going to calm down, but right
Okay.
now,
It's intense.
they're doing whatever the fuck they want,
Yeah.
because there's zero accountability. Nobody's watching. We don't have enough cameras.
Wow.
So this shit with these random sweeps, stealing everybody's shit, throwing it away. So seriously,
Yeah.
Shannon, at the slightest hint, you need to call me,
I will.
Okay.
I will.
please.
I got my phone charged and everything, so
Please.
thank you for the bags and for coming by.
Yeah, you're welcome. So that's what I wanted to check on. over
Okay,
here.
I'll let you go. I'm sure you got other stuff to do.
Yeah, just a couple more stops to make.
Well, thank
so-
you for these.
Yeah, you're welcome. Everything else good?
Oh, it's going. It's okay.
All right. Call me
It's
if you
going.
need
I will.
anything.
I will.
All right. Bye, lady.
Bye. Have a good
I
day.
published your court hearing too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You should go read the comments.
Oh,
People are
yeah?
like, what the fuck is this? Only in America can you go to jail for being by a dumpster.
Right?
Yeah, go
Right?
read that. Go read that.
I will. I will.
All right, see you later. Okay, so that's the truth. So I'm just gonna pull over right here for just a second, and I need to document this. How we doing? We still got mods? Rain Nation, we love Shannon. Okay. Okay. The curly deck. People are homeless and poor, and the government uses tax dollars to make them more homeless and more poor. What a bang up system, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Modern Retro Radio, did things get spicy in that last chat? Look, I got a full on army that wants me dead. When you're hovering right over the target, we all know how that works. Thank you, Belinda. I appreciate that. I do have great mods. That's why they are totally in control. Hey, Amanda. Glad to see you here. One second. Okay, unmuted. Okay, so we've got a few situations with a few people that I care about that need help. So that's what we're working on today. We're going to skip our trip into Inglewood. And what are we going to do next? Let me think here for a moment. I got to send a text real quick. Got to send another text. I got to keep good notes, you guys. Copious notes. Okay. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm trying to get rid of that. It's a heart band or something like that. I know it's not of your profession or anything. Buy something like that on the streets,
Right.
unless it's brand new.
No, I don't. I just typically don't get involved in stuff like that. I just am trying to just document stuff for you guys, and
Thank you.
yeah. And I don't condone theft, and I don't condone violence, and so there is all that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you have a beautiful rock on your neck.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Your husband must love you. For real.
My husband does love me.
He does. Huh?
For absolute real.
Lucky man there.
Well, That's nice. Thank you. I'll let him know.
Yes, ma'am. You got something to drink? You thirsty?
Uh,
Thank you for that card too. I needed that.
yeah, you're welcome. I don't have any more water bottles down in here, but let me look. Yes, I do, but they're not cold. There you go.
Ah.
I know. Trust me. I know.
Ah. Thank you for
You're welcome.
the drink.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Take care.
I will.
All right. Okay, so. All right. I think we're going to get on the road and we're going to go. Woody, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Rain Nation. I appreciate it. All right, so let's drive and see what else we run into. We're going to go back and reconvene with Lindsay and see what we're going to do about that situation. Lindsay is not, she's not been safe on the streets. Since that day that District 3, Sergeant O'Neill, Anastasia Moore, and I think his name is Rodney Sanchez, towed their campers, cited the other advocate for interference after they let her help her for 2 hours. And then ultimately, they ended up giving her a couple nights in a motel. And then she was booted back out on the street. She's been in complete flux since then. She went to jail. She had a 3-year-old traffic warrant. And then we're going to call it a day. But let's go see how we're going to resolve this crisis. We're in the world's most boring stream. Half the people watching are waiting for an arrest. Arrest her! Kill her! Slice her throat on the street! That was a pothole that went down to the center of the earth, and then you drive back out of it. Those are our roads in Denver. Your tax dollars at work. So what we documented there was officially an unannounced sweep, which is against the Lyle settlement. So they've violated federal orders, but this has been going on. This has been going on for the past 6 months. And Hancock doesn't care, the mayor, right? Because he was going to go out with a bang. Remember, I've been talking about this for a while. I saw all of this coming. I knew it was coming. We don't have shelter space, but what we do have is motel space for immigrants. 1,000 of them, as a matter of fact, are currently being housed in motels being contracted with the city. One particular motel where the unhoused were kicked out of is now filled with immigrants. Isn't that convenient? I mean, they do tie to federal dollars and all. We know what's going on. It's not rocket science. And if you're condoning it, you're just a fucking straight up idiot. You're a socialist, you're a communist, you hate this country. You don't think that there should be borders. I fully believe there should be borders. Our immigration system needs a complete and total overhaul, not a Trump, not a Biden. Look at these cars gonna run into this fucking ambulance. It's right there. This place, I'm telling you, Colorado is the state with the most worst drivers ever. Anywhere. Everybody's road raging. They don't have emotional intelligence. They don't talk themselves into the clusterfuck that they're about to enter by getting out on the roads. You have to talk yourself down. So there's another sweep going on. That's CDOT. Ay, ay, ay. I'm not stopping. I can't do it. The homeless population is increasing. It's not decreasing. This country has a crisis. It has a pandemic. It's called homelessness. Shits and giggles. I sent you some information on a missing girl. Yes, I saw that. Shits and giggles. And the answer to that is no. I don't know who that is. Never seen that person. Build back better. Modern retro radio. All by design. It's the Build Back Better program. With each administration comes a long list of promises for prosperity in your free country. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have a little pit stop here. I'm going to leave you guys in the car. Let me check in real quick. I told Lindsay that I was going to meet her at 4 o'clock. We have 10 minutes. News Now, Charlotte. How you doing? Thanks for being in here. Thank you, Bokomo. No gossip and no other channels will be discussed here. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. That's why my mods have full control. Slabby had to go back home because when we started our first live stream, we got caught up in the middle of something. She'd already been in the car for too long. So I had to take her home. But for now, you got to hang out here. I'll be back. Chat amongst yourselves, please. Slight interruption to our regularly scheduled programming. Mods, the show is all yours. Okay, we're back. How we doing? I better sit in the car. Promise you I will not touch anything. Slabby is home chilling. She needs her afternoon nap. She gets naughty in the evening. It is just like having a child. She's got the diva syndrome. And if it's not all about Slabby, she starts acting a little naughty. Cliff. It's not even funny. Thank you, Regan, for what you do. I know that it can't be easy. Oh, it's not. And I'm constantly under a microscope, right? I was just talking to my favorite Irish roving man today, talking about consistently being under the microscope, and he describes it perfectly. It's the vocal minority, right? Because we are in a society where people have been taught not how to think, but what to think, right? So it's just the state of the state. And there's all kinds of layers to peel back from that explain that. The bulk of that being public schools, indoctrination camp, right? I mean, we could go on forever and have these deep philosophical conversations. But the fact remains, there are still very good people trapped on the streets. And some of these people just need a little bit more support to be able to be empowered to do it themselves. Some people need a lot more support than just that. What they don't need is what government's doing. So government's never going to stop doing what they're doing. It's going to be up to the people to intervene in that. And this is called intervening. That's what I do. This is called a government intervention program. Okay, let's head over to talk to Lindsay and see what we're gonna be able to resolve there. But she cannot keep getting into these bad situations of crisis out here on the street. It's just, look, every one of these cases, I look at the probability of death. I have to now. Having gone through this multiple times, Jesse's death really put me into not a good situation of understanding the high probability every time I get involved. Because I didn't see that one coming. I just didn't see it coming. We had some good things going. Me and the other outreach worker from Coalition. All we needed to do was make contact with him one more time. I just didn't see it coming. So I need to prepare myself better for every time. And this situation Lindsay is in is a high probability of despair. Thanks to Denver. Thanks to the fucking government taking away her only safe space of shelter. I'm wondering if I just need to start a GoFundMe and buy her an RV. But then it starts becoming, well, you did it for so-and-so. Why aren't you doing it for me? Well, I can't do it for you all. I can't. Some of you are going to have to do it for yourselves. Some of you that are capable are going to have to do it for yourselves. Shannon didn't get handed a good situation. We had to work together. We had to come to some agreements and some understandings. She's still not in a great situation. She is in a much better situation. Her and many others that I've worked with are in much better situations. But I don't have the $1 million. So we're coming up on when we're going to meet Lindsay. As a matter of fact, we're meeting Lindsay where Jesse died, on the street. Yeah. So I'm always leery of kind of revealing my location. But, you know, I'm just not going to live in fear. So there's that. I'm going to have this conversation with her if she's here. I told her that I'm only going to wait 15 minutes. If she's not here, I can't just wait forever. So we'll see. She may decide that she doesn't want my help. But there are things that we have to agree on. I'm not trying to not make her safety a priority. And that's the offer for my help, is to make her safety a priority. If she is not going to make her safety a priority, it's just not a good situation. So if she comes over here and we have a conversation, I may just have to mute it. I have admittedly not been able to get this involved into Lindsay's situation until just this past weekend. I knew of the turmoil that was occurring for her out on the streets since she had her home taken from her. But for a variety of reasons, gone, sick, in the hospital, I haven't been able to get fully involved. But this weekend, she was in another crisis, and I was briefly able to help her through that and told her that we would reconvene this week. Here she comes. I've got some contact information for her family, which that's always what I ask for. Hey, lady. Hey. She's pushing her dogs in a grocery cart. You okay?
Yeah, I had like...
Do you need water?
Yeah.
Do you need a bottle of water?
To pour on my head.
Are you alright?
I'm perimenopausal. It sucks. I get hot flashes and like people are like, oh, you get warm. I'm like, yeah, it's warm.
Well, it's hot out, honey. Here,
Well,
do
no,
the dogs.
I had to ditch Orlando's son.
Okay.
He's the one that blew me up over there. Blew up my camper.
Right.
He's like, hey, Lindsay, hey. I'm like, this thing's heavy. So, I get so hot so fast.
Was that Josh that came over there?
It was.
And did you guys have a discussion?
I told him, I just, yeah, he's like, I gave him his stuff. Yeah, because he had a few things with me.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. He's like, well, where are you going? And I was like, I'm going to stay with a family member.
Okay.
I was like, the post people showed up and they gave me a bunch of resources. I said, is this better if we're just, you do you and I'll do me? And he's like, whoa, what? I was like, what, who are you going to fight with? And I already felt a fight starting, so I was going to start it, but I was like, I gotta go.
Okay.
So, yeah, so he left. Luckily, right then, one of his friends showed up. His friend, like, whispered something to him, and they fucking took off like a bat out of hell, so he's gone.
And the Star team never called me.
Yeah, they're about as reliable as a condom with a hole in it.
Yeah, but that has to do with host and what they did. So
I wish my phone worked. I know there's a way to get the screen back, but
so
just
it's
so
not working.
No, but I screenshotted. I just remembered. I screenshotted and sent Amy all of the messages between me and Jolie.
Okay.
So Amy has all those messages.
Okay.
Amy has them. I bet just how negligent, just how like kind of more like, hey, what's up type of stuff,
And I still am streaming.
Okay.
By the way, so if you want me to mute the conversation, I can.
No, it's okay. Only if I have to pass gas. I'm just kidding. Blooper reel.
So
yeah, those people right after you left, they were almost apologetic, and I was like,
who? The Star team?
Yeah, I even said that. I said you guys almost seem apologetic.
Well, let me tell you about the Star team, Lindsay. They're actually the only team in Denver that do have some compassionate providers working for them. Okay, it's still a government, it's still funded by the city, but they really screw with their funding because they're the cushion between the cops and crisis.
And it's like the cushion underneath the rope in gym class, which is barely anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
it's because they don't arm them with the resources that they need.
They can't even answer half the questions I have, and I barely have any questions.
Right.
I've seen that one guy before, that guy that was there today. I've seen him one time before. And there was another guy when we were parked over there at the same time. His name was Josh. So I remember saying, hey, my friend's name is Josh. And he gave us those Bumbas socks. He gave us a bunch of socks, like 3 pairs of socks, some underwear. And then he said, do you need anything else? I was like, I need a chapstick so bad. I was like, chapstick? He goes, hold on. He gave me, and then he got another bag, and he had chapstick and some more of those granola bars and a protein drink, and that was it. But that's what they gave me, and then a pamphlet with some paperwork that I already have like 45 of. So the one thing that still is bothering me about the day when they took our campers is that they said there had been a warrant on the side of the camper since the 11th, and I found the paper. I gave it to Amy. I found the paper from the 17th, which was exactly. They showed up at the strike of 72
They did not
hours.
have a warrant for that last camper
Every
they took.
single.
They admitted it on camera that they got a warrant at 4:30.
Because I have it recorded. Yeah, I have it recorded with me and Amy. They're like, your camper's okay. Yours not good. And we're both even like relieved. So we're getting stuff. And then O'Neill comes over and says, oh, but well, I go, and Amy goes, you just said, well, and I'm like freaking out. It's like, oh, so this imaginary. And then it was so like, in the moment, they never handed me anything, never showed me anything, never gave me anything. So
if I put you in a motel,
yes,
it's not going to be in this area. Okay.
The only person I need to let know is my son. I talked to my son like right after you left. He called me because he's been trying to call me because my phone's been broken.
Right.
And that phone that Josh gave me that I was finally trying to turn on, I can't get it to do anything, but I can make and accept calls, which is basically what a phone's for.
So with that said, I want to ask you. Good.
Yeah, no,
Good.
I've been trying to practice on a little graffiti wall. I'm not that great yet, but I'm sure I can hit someone.
Did you stay there that
Well,
night?
I got around the corner.
Did they run you off?
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Stay here all night. I was like,
I'll be back.
okay, I'll see you.
Okay. So we've got a plan. And she's going to go into a motel. And then we're going to try to work through some things. Keep your fingers crossed that we do. We're not going to get any help from Denver for what they've done to her. We're just not. But this will be another case and another story that we continue to follow. We may very well take this case to city council and get it on the record. Yeah, I muted some of that conversation because we're talking about some private stuff. So yeah, if you're wondering, shits and giggles, I see your commentary about Lindsay. This is not that Lindsay. It's definitely not her. But I understand where you're going with that, but it's definitely not her. So the issue with the guy that she's with right now is that he threatened violence against me right here in this same location that we just met, as he and another woman who he was the father of her baby, they were determined to bring a newborn out on the streets. And I don't play that game. So, and it's not a game. Children do not have decision-making power in this life out on the streets. And there is nowhere, absolutely nowhere out here that is conducive for a child to be. If a child is in a well-kept motorhome with parents that are simply getting through, their needs are being met, the children are attended to, those are two entirely different situations. We have all of it out here on the streets, okay? We do. We just do. But this particular situation was not good. She is hanging around this guy because it's all she's got out here. This particular guy thinks that women are property. We have a lot of guys like that out here. A lot. These are the other things that the city and other people fail to recognize, that single women out here are in a bad position 24/7. You have to be of a certain mindset and capability to make it out here without being assaulted. Okay? She is not in a safe situation. She has to firm up a couple of things. I have to go finish a couple of things. I'm going to be spending the rest of my evening dealing with this so I can get her off of the street, so that Lindsay doesn't end up dead. Thanks, Denver. You fucking did this. And these cops wonder why I don't like them. Don't forget those names. O'Neill, Moore, and Sanchez did this. probably were involved the day they told Jesse to move along. Jesse would have died. Same district, same area. I fucking hate the Denver Police Department. I fucking hate them. They're tyrants. So what? You have a couple nice cops here and there. A couple of them do their job. So fucking what? Look what they support as an organization. Fuck you, Denver. And what you're doing to people. You are a fucking communist faction of fucking murderers. And every single time, us advocates can either walk away, ignore it, act like it's not happening, not do anything for these people. We're faced all the time with having to tell these people, no, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't put in 15 hours today. I've got to go to a doctor's appointment. I've got to make sure I'm drinking enough goddamn water because I forgot to drink water the last 2 days. We have to find a way to be able to navigate all of this without literally becoming a mental health case ourselves. And it's brutal. So I can help or walk away. I'm going to help Lindsay. And I'm really going to hope that this one has a good end result. That's all I can say at this point. So I have to go finish a couple things myself. What about the bullshit District 9 guy saying he'll help with the homeless if elected? A city councilman? So you're, shits and giggles, you're referring to city council districts. I refer to DPD districts. I don't give a lot of attention to the city council members because the whole structure is pretty much worthless. Okay, they don't give a shit. They would come out here if they needed to know what was going on. They don't care. Their biggest thing is making sure they attend all the budget meetings that are scheduled for them 5 days a week so they can collect their $98,000 a year salary. Okay, I don't give a shit about city council. We're gonna end up with the same shit, different day. The only thing I give a shit about is putting it on the record. And other advocates are starting to consistently put more things on the record in Denver. So I will likely take Lindsay and her story to city council and we'll put it on the record, in our blessed 3 minutes that we get. Other than that, we're not going to get help from the city. They don't give a shit. The goal is to jail these people, eradicate them. There is not help. And Craig Arston and his Safe and Clean Denver, you tools are nothing but a bunch of fools. And you're deliberately ignorant, and that's how you want to stay, so you can justify your ability to convince yourself that force is the only answer. Go ahead and continue to try to come out here and harass our people. You probably better bring an armed guard, I'm telling you, because these people aren't going to put up with your shit. And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier with what O'Neill has instituted here in District 3, is to go ahead and bring this founder of this hate group. And I hate labels. I hate slapping shit on people, but this is a hate group. If there ever was one, it was organized to hate the homeless. This guy declared war on his website the second he started telling advocates that we're pro-tent extremists and that we want to keep people in addiction and that we want to keep people in tents. I don't know who this tool is, but this group is growing. and I believe responsible for orchestrating violence against the homeless out here. There's plenty of documented instances. You hear them all the time, talking about people doing horrible things to them. It's really happening. The cops don't investigate that. We've tried multiple times. Yeah, good luck. So, it's like survival of the fittest, truly. I mean, it's like the wild, wild west out here. We're like in some kind of bizarre purge. It's dangerous. It's unforgiving. The list goes on, right? So for those that think that I'm making a lot of money doing this, you're trolls. You'll be blocked. You'll continue to be blocked. You will not stop me. You will not shut down my nonprofit. And in fact, you're helping me bring in more money. Keep it up. It's working. So the violence piece is a very serious piece to me because it's increasing. I will continue to operate unafraid, but that doesn't mean I'm remiss to the realities of potential violent confrontations, we shall say. And they're real. So, and the Denver Police Department is helping to orchestrate that. And it's the truth. They want it. They want it to go down. So they can say, see, we told you, they're violent. We went and poked at them, stole all their shit, fucked with their advocates, kept poking and poking and poking and poking and poking. And then one day they snapped. It's not us, it's them. Right? This is exactly what the Denver Police Department wants. Don't forget that. It's very important. Monetize the haters. Oh, they've been monetized. Trust me. And it's working well. It is working very well. So for now, I have to go finish what I needed to finish for myself. Yeah, MD, they'll say anything to get elected once, and that's all they've got to do. Campaign promises. They aren't legal contracts. Yeah, you're exactly right. However, we did have a good meeting with the two candidates that are in the runoff. I think I got a pretty good feel for the direction that they're both going to go. I think, of course, we were told by both candidates that, they're going to do great things. But the truth is, you've got to get in early. And I'm more than willing to let these candidates show us what they got. And we're going to show the world. Because they say they've got the ticket to solve it. So, and they know damn good and well they can't do it without our cooperation. They know that. Without the cooperation from the advocates and those living homeless. And they both say, we got to meet you halfway. We got to meet people where they're at. We're going to hold you to it. So I'm not going to feel good if Kelly Bro gets elected. I'll feel better if Michael Johnston gets elected. So that's where I'm at with that. Kelly Bro has all the endorsements from the FOP, Fraternal Order of Police. Those are the people that are connected with the Safe and Clean Denver movement. Okay. I've been doing a lot of research. Me no stupid. Me know politics very, very well. So I'm going to go from Maui. Hey, LSR, thanks for popping in. You nuked 15 today, Irish Rover. Thank you very much. So keep it up. Thank you, mods, for everything you do, for all of your support, for all of the donors' support. Thank you to whoever gave $4 in super chats today. That's greatly appreciated. All the ways to donate to the nonprofit are in the About section of my channel. Cash App, Venmo, and by mail. Thank you to everyone that continues to support Helping Hands for Dignity. Thank you to Aurora Transparency for stepping up and taking on a case management role. It's a big role, and I'm very thankful to have her vested into it because she's doing it with no pay. We don't get paid at Helping Hands for Dignity Coalition. All right, you guys. Thanks for being in here. Thanks, Irish Rover. Bokomo, give a fuck, send a buck. There is a link in the chat that you can donate to. Thanks, Jap Up. Nice to see you in here. Thanks, Johnny Bravo, Rain Nation. Thank you very, very much. And Cap, good to see you in here. All right, you guys. Take care. Mwah. Have a good evening.